Hi, I'm Jennifer Craig, and my topic is, can culturally based cuisine or traditions surrounding cuisine have an effect on health outcomes? My thesis was yes, culturally based cuisine can have an impact on health outcomes. Food, at a very basic level, provides us with the energy we need to function, but it's tied into our lives on a much more profound level. The cuisine that we eat is rooted in the culture that we come from. It's part of our holidays, our traditions, celebrations, and our time with family. We eat to nourish our bodies, but we also eat to provide ourselves comfort, to promote healing of the body, and to experience the flavor of the food that we're eating. We all have unique taste preferences and food habits, but our cultural heritage has a strong impact on the food choices that we make and our meal patterns. Cultural cuisine and the traditions surrounding cuisine can have a significant impact on health status. Given that there are so many cultures throughout the United States and in the entire world, I chose to focus my research on the traditional cuisine in China and the cuisine we eat in the United States, which is often referred to as the Western diet. Chinese culture focuses on food texture, color, and flavor and is usually prepared the same day as it's purchased. Live fish, fresh meats, and seasonal fruits and vegetables are purchased in local fresh markets. Rice is a staple in the Chinese diet and is typically served in separate bowls and portioned to each individual family member. The family members use chopsticks to pick vegetables, small bits of meat and fish off a central plate on the table. Dessert is usually fruit-based, with pastries reserved for special occasions. The Chinese also believe in a balance of food from the yin and yang categories. Industrialization, technological advances in food processing, and advances in food transport have led to an overabundance of food in America. The Western-style diet is typically highly processed with a strong preference for convenience foods. Americans are on the go with little time spent on food preparation. Breakfast might be eaten on a drive to work or skipped entirely, lunch in front of the computer, or on the run from a fast food restaurant, and oftentimes families don't sit down to dinner anymore because mom and dad are both working and children are busy participating in after-school activities. Americans snack throughout the day on high-calorie, convenient snack foods such as chips, cookies, and candies. We drink high-sugar beverages. Fast food's a staple in our diet, and portion sizes continue to increase. The average dinner plate has increased from 7 to 9 inches in 1960 to 11 to 12 inches today. Cultures that have higher rates of obesity have higher rates of obesity-related diseases, such as stroke, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and liver disease. The Chinese cuisine, as well as traditions surrounding meals, is protective against obesity, while the cuisine and meal pattern of the American people promotes obesity. The United States has an obesity rate of 26.6%, while obesity is nearly non-existent in China with a rate of 2.4% of their population. Death rates for obesity-related diseases are higher in the United States than in China, with a greater than twofold increased death rate for diabetes in the U.S. versus China, and a higher death rate for cardiovascular disease in the American people. One thing that I didn't expect to find was that the death rate for both countries was pretty much equivalent for hypertension. This could be due to diet. The United States citizens on average eat about 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, while the Chinese eat about 4,300 milligrams. This is well over the recommended dietary guidelines amount of 2,300 milligrams per day. Because high blood pressure or hypertension is so linked to sodium intake, the high sodium intake of both of these countries could be one of the reasons for the high death rate from this cause. While researching this topic, I consistently came across one scary theme. The obesity epidemic in the United States is spreading on a global level to other nations that are in the process of industrialization. Overweight and obesity were estimated to afflict close to 1.5 billion people worldwide in 2008. It is estimated that by 2030 we will see 2.16 billion overweight adults and 1.12 billion adults classified as obese worldwide. This global shift towards the Western diet is partially from food availability factors such as an increased availability of inexpensive fats and sugars that are high in calories. Also from some grocery stores moving into cities and replacing the fresh markets. The grocery stores are excellent at bringing in fresh fruits and vegetables to places that usually wouldn't have access to them, but they also bring in the high-calorie, high-fat processed convenience foods. While culturally based cuisine and traditions surrounding this cuisine can have an impact on health, environmental factors such as urbanization can contribute as well. Protective health behaviors and eating habits seen in some cultures may begin to fade away as the need for the convenient meals increases with globalization. Awareness of this problem and efforts to promote change may help to decrease the health risks associated with this global shift towards the Western diet. Thank you.